morning. Thank you for joining me for today's Facebook Live. Apologies that I'm starting so late today. I had my Creativity Abounds Reindeer Days stamp camp, and of course my presentation happened to be at 10 o'clock when I would normally be here. It always goes like that everything happens at the same time. And then of course we were chatting about our next stamp camp, so if you're interested in that, save the date. It's going to be on the 21st of February. More information to come, but let's get going with today's card. So that's the card that we're going to make. I'm now very big making my Christmas cards. I have a whole lot that need to be done, so I need to get cracking. This is a fun one. It's a joy fold card, so it opens up like that. And of course I'm going to be using the different colors. Oops, sorry, I just crashed things. So the star of our card is the Humble Home bundle, and I don't have the die with me, but for our cutout here, that's the die from the Reindeer Days, or Reindeer Fun. Reindeer Days is the sweet, Reindeer Fun is the die set. So let's get going. I will put all the measurements up because I was running so late. I haven't yet, but they will be there. Alright, so starting with our card base, which is just half a piece of cardstock cut long ways. I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm going to cut from that top corner next to the fold down to the bottom corner. Really easy cut happening here, as long as you get the folds and your corners lined up. Okay. And while I've got my trimmer, I'm using Designer Series paper from the Sentimental Christmas for this one. And again, we're going to cut from that top left down to the bottom right corner. Make sure that you're getting that right, particularly if your paper is directional, because otherwise it's going to be upside down and not going to look very nice on your card. Okay. So that's all our cutting done. And just so that we don't lose any DSP, here we go again with the glues. I just did a live and I had a glue that was coming out, so it has to work. Goodness, I don't know why. It always has to be something. If it's not dimensionals, it's glue, or it's my sentiment hiding away from me. There we go. Alright, so that we're sticking onto that flap. Let's just hold it up so that I can see where we're at, trying to line that up. Okay, and then the piece from the top corner is going into the top corner. There we go, just trying to get the edges even, and our card's going to fold like that. Right, then I have another piece of card, which is going to be our top card, and you'll see when you get the measurements, I've got one piece that's slightly bigger and one piece that's slightly smaller, so I'm making sure that I'm working with the smaller piece, and I actually put a mark on it so that I would know and not mess it up. We're going to just put a little bit of blending onto it, so balmy blue, And did you notice that I've got a nice clean piece of grid paper for me to work on today? I actually remembered that didn't have my great big messy piece of grid paper to work on. I mean, it's fine, it works, but I just think it looks a bit icky. So there we go. Let's just make some sky background. And now I'm going to randomly stamp a few Christmas trees. And again, these Christmas trees are also from the Reindeer Fun stamp set. You know, when your brain's trying to think about everything that you're doing and you're just not getting it right. Okay, so stamp off a bit that we've got lots of nice greenery happening around. And while I'm stamping, I'm just going to stamp a few trees for the inside of my writing panel. And I think my Lost Lagoon could be a little bit inkier, so it didn't work as well as the Night of Navy did, but that's all good. Let me, okay, not put that away. Let's just stamp my sentiment while I'm busy stamping. If I can find where I put it. Here we go. I will turn it the right way up and do my utmost to get it stamped straight. Hopefully my head's not getting in the way. There we go, I'm happy with that. And before we finish stamping, I'm just going to stamp my house. Now, this one I stamped sort of the bricks and the roof and everything, but I decided that this time we're going to do a slightly different one. So I'm going to stamp here with the crumb cake ink, and I'm stamping on basic beige cardstock, and then I'm going to do a tiny little bit of colouring. So I've got my dark lemon lolly, and I'm going to colour my windows so that it looks like we've got some light coming through those windows. Sorry, I feel like I've got a tickle in my throat. And then I'm going to colour the little scallops here. Oops, try to get them coloured nicely in light Lost Lagoon. Not going to do a lot of colouring. That was why I stamped on basic beige, so that our house had a bit of colour in the background already. And decisions. Okay, I'm going to do the roof in dark Lost Lagoon. So we've got the light and dark happening there. And of course you can go as fancy as you like with the colouring. I'm going to keep it relatively simple. I want to darken my heart, and then we'll just do the door in the light Lost Lagoon as well. I'm not sure whether those little dots are going to show through, seeing that it's quite a light colour, but okay. I mean, if I wanted to, I could just take my dark and do some dots around just to add some definition to the door. Okay, so pretty basic colouring, and then I'm going to go and punch it out with my punch. So this has to be one of the cutest stamp sets, and I have to say that When I first saw it, I thought, oh no, I don't really need that. And then the more I looked at it, the more I decided maybe I do need it. And it has now become one of my favorite stamp sets in this new mini catalogue. Alright, so that's all our stamping done. Oh, I obviously had glue on there from when I was doing my other card. Okay, now just try and think when you're positioning your house, alright, because you want it that you're going to be able to see it, so you don't want it too far. If you stick it too far down, then you're losing the effect of the house. So kind of in the middle bit, we don't want it sort of floating that it's not in amongst the leaves there. And just see that I didn't actually get all my little bits poked out here, so let's just make sure that all the bits are poked out. And kind of that. Okay, so then we're just gonna stick our house on. And yes, I know it's always amusing that I sit and I figure out exactly where I want it and then lift it up and it's moved from my spot. But that's alright. Okay, now the big question is, where did I put my piece of cardstock that I just folded? Here it is. Okay, got it. Alright, so I'm going to stick this bit inside. Which glue was I using? And you can see that once you've got all your bits and pieces, this card is coming together really quickly. Alright, now I'm going to stick my picture piece. I really need to just have one new glue sitting here and get rid of the empty ones. I think every time I come I bring another glue, and then it's a matter of finding one that works, and because they're all lying here I just keep grabbing one and I never grab the same one twice. Alright, so we're sticking that on, and then our die cut piece is going to stick on with dimensionals. There we go. Goodness. I think that's glue. I'll be able to get that off once it's dried. And once I'm finished here, I will be going and giving my mat a good clean to get rid of all the excess glue that's sitting on it. Okay, and now all that we need to do is find the glue that was working. And we're sticking that roughly in the middle inside the card. Okay, so the good thing is that it's got time to slide, but the bad news is that I didn't actually put it down very well. Alright, I think that needs to be a little bit more over. There we go, and as easy as that, we have our card made. So go get stuck into that DSP stash, use it as much as you can, and I'm going to make a few more of those to add to my Christmas card list, which will be going out, what is it, we're already almost at the end of October, so almost a month, and we will be back soon. Alright, so enjoy the rest of your Sunday or your weekend if you're not in Australia. And I will be back next week. Assuming everything goes according to plan, it'll be at my normal time of 10 o'clock. I will see you then. Bye for now.